What's up, Virgos? So I'm gonna do your soul's evolution message. Anything could come out in the soul's evolution message, but we'll just see. I'm hoping it comes out with good things for you guys, and also happy birthday to you guys. I know your birthday is also in August, but because it's Labor Day, we're just gonna take it as we are celebrating your birthday more right now. All right. Also, if it does resonate, please like, subscribe, or comment. Or if you just like the video, okay? All right. I hope you guys are really enjoying the day today. It's really nice outside. I live in PA, so the weather has been pretty, chill. But I know, I don't know, maybe you live somewhere that's really warm, possibly. So it might be too hot where you live. But anyways, I hope you guys are keeping cool and enjoying the weather. All right, Virgos, what is your soul's evolution message from Spirit? What is your soul's evolution message? What is your soul's evolution message? What is Virgo's soul's evolution message? I just can't wait till the fireworks come on. But I don't really like fireworks like that, guys. I'll be honest, because it be scaring my pets and stuff. I like the sparklers. But the fireworks, they be pissing me off because sometimes it's let's see. Alright. But sometimes they don't clean up people don't clean up. Also, I feel like it really be damaging a lot of things in this world, the universe, birds and stuff. I don't like it with birds. All right, so I love this message so far. Yes, I'm so happy. All right, you guys got the High Priestess in the upright. All right, you guys, listen. You guys right now are being very confident within a lot of things that you're doing. Okay? You may be out here really using your intuition, and you are trusting Spirit and trusting Source at this time with a lot of your decisions that you're making, whether that comes with work, the people that you deal with every day, or just life. Okay? Virgo, you've been through a lot of things in this life. You're kind of like Scorpios. Okay? Scorpios and Virgos, they used to be one together in the sky. That's why their zodiac sign looks very similar. Okay, I need you guys to look at that. So they're we are very similar, Scorpio and Virgos. All right, I got masculine and feminine in this entire spread right here with the High Priestess, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Wands. All right, where you guys are really in your power, okay? You may have not been in your power in the past. You may have been around a lot of people that were trying to down you because, Virgos, let's be honest, you are a very strong individual, okay? People I know used to, they do judge you. Just listen, if you're not being judged, though, what are you really doing? What are you really doing if you're not being judged, all right? And then, I feel like you deal with a lot of backlash possibly from family due to the fact that you are very independent and you're very smart. I'm talking here to a Virgo that's very smart and optimistic and when it comes to life. So for your soul's evolution, you guys stepped into and you're tapping into a lot of your intuition. You guys are learning to trust your intuition when it comes to many things in this life. All right? You are somebody that's very sensitive. So at first, I feel like when you went through a spiritual awakening, you have went through many spiritual awakenings. And I just have the shadow card just sitting here. You guys really, you may be somebody here because you are the High Priestess that you have dealt and walked and integrated with your shadow. All right? You may be somebody here that walks with both, all right? Dark and the light. You might be a medium, okay? Or a medium, you might be a medium, possibly. Or maybe you don't know that you are a medium, but I'm getting here with the high priestess. Like you may have been in denial in the past in regards to possibly some of your gifts. And as you were growing up, I think as a child, like you didn't realize that you were a little different because of the things that people said to you. Your parents may have said certain things to you that may have went off over the years, where they basically were telling you that you do have gifts, but not really saying it. Like they would say certain things. Possibly you astral project. I see here somebody astral projects. And you may have not realized it when you were younger, but 555 on the timer. You may have not realized that you were able to astral project until maybe possibly somebody noticed it. Or possibly you tapped into source because you've been through so much that I'm just seeing here. You may actually have somebody that your parent. Possibly you may have a parent here that is a high priestess, possibly. So you were raised by a high priestess and you tapped into certain gifts that are very sacred. Okay, very sacred here. You may have one parent that possibly when you were growing up that maybe they weren't too much into source, but they're there. But listen, you've seen their shadows many times. All right. One parent here is more tapped into source than the other, I see here. But either way, you come from a very strong background of some heavy hitters, Virgo. You may have went through challenges growing up where you may have lost a parent or possibly somebody very close to you that was kind of like a parent that really like hit hard for you possibly, and that's why you started tapping in at a young age of the divine. Now I feel like here first that maybe you weren't somebody here that really believed it. You believe in it, but you were a little skeptical when it comes to your own intuition and your own knowledge. But here, Virgo, you're starting to see the bigger picture when it comes to a lot of challenges that you went through. That goes so far as people that you was hanging out with, family members, and your career. Where now, because you went over so many challenges, you're hitting a certain milestone in your life where you're going to be stepping and tapping into other gifts and open opportunities for yourself. All right? Somebody here is very favored by the Most High, and I feel like it took you a little bit of time to realize that. It took you a little bit of time. Your spirit animal might be a wolf. All right? You might have Native American in your blood. It's a pretty... I don't know all of the native tribes, but this one is very like prominent. All right? But even regardless, like I see here, somebody here comes from a background of some warriors. All right? And you may already know that you have warriors. You come from a very strong line of either males in the family or females, but I'm getting here is heavy females. Like there's more females in your bloodline more than the males. There might be maybe 5 or 6 uncles or brothers that are in the family, but when it comes to the females, there's so many. And because of that, I feel like with you having a lot of females in your family, I feel like even with the ancestors, because we have so many ancestors in our bloodline, there's more females that are in the bloodline than the men. But don't get me wrong, the ancestors have a lot of men, but it's nowhere damn near close to the female for the ancestry. So with that being said, females run and roll your ancestry heavy for the bloodline. You know that possibly due to the fact that you have a very strong mother, or you did have a strong mother, or somebody that is strong, like your grandmother. You may have a grandmother that's very strong and she's by herself. She's a warrior in the spirit realm. I mean, she possibly is still here. But just know that you have a grandmother or even a mother that's still living to this day, or maybe she's not around, that listen, regardless if she was still here or if she is here, she may stick to herself, but that's because she's a warrior. She's been through many things. All right. I'm seeing here, like, you may have some type of bloodline that also, like, I see native as I said native, but I also see here, and you may reincarnation. I do believe in reincarnation. So when it comes to like your past lives, one healer 100% or earth angel, your earth angel now, all right, present day. But back in the day, I feel like I said back in the day, during like before your reincarnation process, you had many healing, like you were a healer many times. You were a shaman. You possibly have shaman as well. You're so many things. You got warrior, shaman. I see medium. There's so many things, but it all taps into like one. And the females in the family also are healers, shamans, warriors. Listen, the warriors can come from like, it could be as far as back as like Japan, when they was going. Listen, I'm seeing here somebody used to be like a shaman during like the I forget what the historic name would be for it, but listen, you was out riding them horses though. I'm not even about to lie. You was out riding them horses. All right. Listen, crow is your spirit animal. If you do, you may not even notice, but I feel like I'm talking here to a high priestess. You definitely know that crows may possibly be your spirit animal. All right. Crows are very intelligent. I feel like they're one of the most intelligent birds. All right. When you see them, that means like there's many reasons why you can see crows. All right. It could be because, right, like it's because your destiny. It could be because of like you having like a lot more, like they're providing insight for you. You know what I mean? So like there's many reasons why you could be seeing crows, but I see here like you're not the only family member that has crows as spirit animals. You might be a medium possibly. All right. Or you're tapping into being a medium. And crows, because they live in between like in between the spirit realm and the material, I feel like that is definitely one of your spirit animals, Virgo. You might have Mayan ancestry, or listen, you may not even know that you have Mayan ancestry in your blood. You have an ancient blood that you may not even know, and you are born in the year of the tiger. Most Virgos sometimes are born in the year of the tiger, so I'm glad this came out. I know a lot of my friends are born in the year of the tiger. You're a very strong individual. You're in it with the Knight of Pentacles. Listen, Virgo, that's one of your cards with the Earth. You might be a masculine, all right? We're going to go into the masculine because I feel like regardless, we both embody both, and you are somebody here that does body both. All right. You may have felt stuck in the past, Virgo, where you didn't even know where your life was really heading. But I feel like you're going to be more optimistic in regards to life. All right. You are like, I feel like you've been around a lot of people as well that are really just not, they're low vibrational, but they're not happy within their own life where they want to drag you down. All right. A lot of drinking, a lot of partying, maybe you did back in the day and still do. Or maybe you're trying to get out of that. I do see here a Virgo that's really working on themselves and the way that they're trying to be right now, where they're having more self-discipline. Somebody, Listen, Virgo, so this may not resonate with everyone, but I feel like here somebody here does deal with like depression. Somebody here still also dwells on the past. All right, you may have like a baby mom or a baby dad that maybe you had to fall out with, or maybe a parent that you fell out with. And I feel like, um, listen, if you still have like a relationship with them or you still talk to them, I would advise, if anything is bothering you, be honest with that individual of the past and what specifically hurt you, so that way you can learn to move on from it. Possibly, I would recommend, because you already are working on your shadow, or maybe that needs to be advice for the other second, like other part of, like, not every Virgo is on the same timeline. So maybe this could resonate with somebody that is truly trying to work on themselves, is to start journaling things out, because I know that it could definitely start helping with things that, like, just write out questions what really hurts you and start going from there, so that way you can work on your shadow. All right. But whoever this is, though, I do see here that they had apologized to you in the past many times for the pain. All right. Whether that be a parent or just somebody here that you was with, they were very apologetic in regards to a lot of things that they did. And I feel like this person has said sorry many times, where, I mean, you may have forgiven them, but I feel like the pain might still be there due to a lot of, like, and this was somebody here that you was very closed off with, but this person is very honest with you, Virgo. Okay? They're very honest with you every time that you talk to them. All right? Spirit's advice is to, like, start releasing and working on your healing process when it comes to certain things from your past. Because without you trying to, like, surrender and releasing it, and I know sometimes people hurt us, all right? But if you see that somebody's trying to change, like, be open, so that way your life can start changing. Because I know, like, a lot of times people say, well, people can't be forgiving, yada, yada, yada. But, and I'm not religious like that, but I do know, I do have some religious friends on here, and I do know religious people. It does say, like, God wants people to forgive, right? There's a reason for that. And it may not be because you'll ever fully forgive them. Forgive them. It's forgiving yourself. All right? For how you handled situations in the past, and how you won't ever tolerate certain things in the past from anybody ever again. Most of the time, that's why God wants us to forgive. Well, the Most High is what I have for that. But whatever you believe in, just know that a lot of times with forgiveness, that's within yourself, not anybody else. All right. You might be having a lot of dreams right now, Virgo. And that's because, like, you're ascending right now. You're ascending all the time. I'm talking here to a Virgo that is constantly ascending. Do you know how to quantum jump, Virgo? Because listen, I know how that is. Like, you might be somebody like me that knows how to quantum leap. All right? You're having so many downloads right now. Pay attention to your dreams, Virgo, because listen, I know, like, people always think I'm crazy for saying this, but if you start writing your dreams down, 1 year, go back to the same date. All right? Write the date and all that other stuff and write the dream down. Write the dream out, and then 1 year go back to it and see if it resonated, or it had any, like, if it connected in some way, shape, or form. Because I'm telling you what, when you start having deja vu and start having vivid dreams, there's a reason for it. All right? Get this message out for so long now. All right? I'm gonna get it out, and I'm gonna make sure it hears. I had, like, a vision, all right, when I was talking. And listen, your name might, I was talking, this stuff, it's resonating some way, shape, or form. This person might not be watching my content now, but in the future, I see here that you're going to be somebody here that might be watching my content, or a relative of yours might be watching my content. Somebody here with the name starting with T, but I see Taylor specifically. It's not spelled like Taylor, like the popular way. It's spelled differently. It's very unique. Or maybe Taylor Gang, something of that nature. I don't know. I see here of somebody with the name T. It's T is significant. Olympics. You're young. Somebody here that just stepped into like their first year of college, but this is gonna be resonating. All right, that's why it's not saving, because my phone starts doing weird crap when I'm really trying to get these messages out. All right, you're gonna be in the Olympics, and then this may not resonate anytime soon, but I feel like it's going to be resonating some way, shape, or form. It may not even be the Olympics, but it's going to be something of that nature where it gets your foot in the door. Somebody here is going to be African American 100%. You live in the States. I see here it could be North Carolina or somewhere in the South, or it's in the middle. So it's either Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, because it's under. One of those states that might be surrounding it on the outside, but I see North Carolina, or you might be, your family might be from North Carolina. I don't know, somewhere of that nature. Whoever I'm really like connecting to here, you're going to be something big one day. You're going to have a name for yourself. All right? You might be saying Taylor Gang when you actually win something. It's going to be a medal. You're going to be on that balancing beam. Somebody here is going to be winning some type. I don't know. I used to do gymnastics when I was a kid. I used to watch these shows all the time. Like that. I'm neurodivergent, by the way. I used to have a thing for watching gymnastics all the time on the TV when I was a kid. My parents might not remember it, but I'm sure they remember it because they had me in gymnastics. I used to sit in front of the TV all the time for these type of things, but I'm connecting here with somebody here that this is going to be resonating. I know it is. Your family might be watching my content, or you might be watching it someday. And I'm going to note this in my journal to see if it resonates some way, shape, or form. And my video better save this clip. Because I've been trying to get this message out since the other, like I had to cut the other video to save, because I don't have enough storage in my phone, so I got to cut the videos short each time. This one better save, okay? All right, Virgo. Anyways, I had to get that message out because I sat here for like 2 other video scripts for 10 minutes just yapping the same thing and it didn't save, but I'm going to make sure this saves. All right, butterfly. Butterfly might be significant. You may have had somebody in the past. It was a mother figure. If I could talk, that would be nice. It's a mother figure that had passed away in the past. All right, it might be a grandmother or somebody that's just a mother figure that's very prominent in the family that was. And the way that they come to you, and you may have not realized this in the past, but the way that they come to you is in the form of a butterfly. All right. Because you are going through a transformation or have went through, you're always transforming, by the way, Virgo. You're always crashing and burning and coming back to life. So you've had many rebirths and you're growing. Every day you're growing. Listen, the way that this person's coming to you is in a form of a butterfly. And I know all butterflies are beautiful, okay? But they're the really beautiful ones. So each time that you see, you may live in a city like me where you don't even be seeing butterflies like that. But listen, every time there's some nonsense going around in the background where people are picking at you, because somebody here, you're always going through a spiritual warfare. Possibly. These people don't know that you have ascended so much, and these may be your own friends that are throwing spiritual work at you, not even know. This butterfly comes around a lot when you're going through hard times, just to let you know that. All right, you might be born in the year of the ox. Okay, and your spirit animal also might be a dove or a pigeon. Okay, no matter where you live in this world, if you see this pigeon, it might be like a silly. This pigeon is funny. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm getting this weird download. This is one of your spirit guides, just to let you know. They're jumping from one pigeon to the other. That's why, listen, pigeons all look the same to me. But you may see a lot of pigeons, okay? You might actually live in a city or maybe a town where you have a lot of doves or pigeons. This might be resonating. Your spirit guides are jumping in and out of the pigeons' bodies. What the hell? That's fun. No, I'm being dead serious with this message. The pigeons, they're all looking. You might see like a pigeon. They might look all weird the next day. Maybe you have one outside your window and you don't even know it. But every day there's a different one that you coming across and seeing. It's the same spirit. Just to let you know, it's the same spirit. And I think you already know that. And if you didn't, I'm here to confirm that yes, the pigeon is listen, your ancestors are funny. They're gliding around town, all right? Wait, no, I wanted to do a shadow message for you guys, for your soul's evolution. Somebody here needs to start drinking more water. I don't know why I'm saying this. You may think that you drink enough water, but I'm here to tell you this, that no matter how much you're drinking, Virgo, I know you're possibly drinking a lot of water. Somebody here is drinking too much soda. Put the soda down and please, stick into my face. Please drink some water. I don't care what kind of water it is. I'm seeing here that you may have been in the hospital. Somebody here is diabetic, possibly. And the reason why you're not feeling well is because you need to start drinking alkaline water or getting some electrolytes in your body. All right, let's get a shadow. You guys had the rejection card. The first one that had came out was a rejection. You guys, because you have gone through so many rejections in the past, that you went through a lot of inner growth, self-growth, okay? But you already know that. Anger. Listen, Virgo, let's not even lie that anger is one of your shadows. Every Virgo that I know has the dark side. Not even dark. It's just anger. You guys do have a temper. You guys are kind of like, listen, if I had to do between Leo and Virgo, I don't know which one is worse. I'm sorry. Y'all, to me, are the most hot-headed people on this earth. But you are the most logical, hot-headed motherfuckers I know. All right? Excuse my language. Uses fire to transform, not to destroy. You learn that because you have learned to integrate with your shadow. People may test you and think that you not about that life, but I am talking to a Virgo that yes, you are about that life, but you learn to put it away and tuck it in. But when you have to spit fire, you will. Virgo, you're silly. But it's true, all right? Your ancestors do not play. Your ancestors ride hard for you, all right? And people still to this day do try to test you. And I don't know why, because message does not want me to get it out for you, Virgo. It's gonna get out. It's something is, and then it doesn't want me to talk. Somebody don't want me to talk no more. Virgo, you have a lot of haters here that don't want me to talking. Even in the spiritual realm, they don't want me talking. I'm getting the message out. All right. Maybe somebody here that has had a lot of enemies in the past, or you still do. And yes, these people, they're very jealous. You know that already, okay? They stalk you. I had the spying card come out. Spy. You still have people that spy on you. Intel agency. That should be fucking resonated. My fingers started tingling. You like have an intel agency watching you. I'm not even joking. I'm getting here that you are a high priestess. You have people here like the CIA. You have some type of intel agency that's watching you. They're so intrigued, by the way, all right? Because you have like ascended so rapidly that they watch you. I don't know where this message is coming from. All right, anyways, so let's get into your September. What is September gonna like? How's the month gonna be looking like for? It's the 9th month and the 9th year. And karmic contracts are coming to an end, and people that need to leave are going to be officially leaving, and you're going to be cutting ties. I just know that for a fact. Virgo is very good at cutting off people, by the way, when they need to, especially if they're jackasses. All right. How's the rest of the month going to be looking for Virgo? You guys are going to be energized and just ready for fearless. Somebody here is going to be super fearless. All right, you got the Knight of Wands. You might have a heavy fire in your chart, I see. But regardless, all right, you're inspired to take action towards everything that you always wanted to go towards. I'm talking here to a divine masculine, all right, that is very inspired to change the world. News reporter. Somebody here wants to be a news reporter. You might actually be a news reporter or thinking about doing like entrepreneur, where you're on YouTube doing like some type of articles. You might be, I see here somebody's podcast is what I'm, or it could be an actual news reporter. And honestly, because we are in the age of the Aquarius, this is the perfect time for Virgo for the real artist to step in, because yes, the age of Aquarius is when the old trashy fake ones go out. Not saying that all ones are trashy, but the real ones. All right, with the age of Aquarius, it's time for the ones to get out and for the actual real ones to step in. And I feel like here, you might be somebody here that news reporter. However, you are somebody here that reports a lot on your phone. You might be on Facebook already, and you might be somebody here that does you might be a neighborhood watch. Neighborhood captain of some sort. I don't know why I'm getting this. This message is funny. You might be a neighborhood watcher or a captain. So it technically does match up to the news reporter, because somebody here posts on the neighborhood app, or I see the neighborhood app, because there is an app for the neighborhood. You post listen, I don't know. Somebody needs to stop it. Are you being... Maybe you're the spy. Stop it. Somebody here, you better stop spying on your neighbors. But I see here that you are doing it for the good of your neighborhood. Okay, Virgo? But somebody here is being funny. All right? You are catching criminals in the act of things. Somebody here just went through a dumpster and lit up a dumpster. And I feel like you made you made a hit off Facebook or one of these apps with somebody being silly in your neighborhood, and it caught so many likes. I don't know where that's coming from. That's so silly. But I'm going to just trust that I'm seeing these things, okay? Trust the intuition. Listen, you better stop. I see somebody here, you have all these apps, but the one that you're on all the time is your camera catching all these people in your neighborhood doing something silly. Somebody here is a neighborhood funny watcher. Anyways, I don't know where this is coming from. So silly, these messages. All right, Virgo, happy birthday. And that's your soul's evolution message. You have ascended into being the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Somebody particular. This is not going to resonate with all Virgos, because we're all in different timelines. So if you are somebody here that is intuitive, however, has not integrated with their shadow, or is listen, because it takes a lot to get to the high priestess. There's levels to this. Levels. Serious levels. You got to be so many things before you can become a high priestess. You are somebody here that has stepped into that timeline. So I'm going to name this read the soul's evolution of the divine masculine and divine feminine. That's what I'm going to label it as. All right. Peace out, guys. Now my hair's so crazy. I always mess with my hair on camera. If it does resonate, please like, subscribe, or comment on the video. Peace out.